Freddy's power rankings for the last hurrah. Freddie, can you believe it? We're up to the last one.
That's it. Last one of the year.
Is it fair to say that whoever we have at number one is your tip right now to win the premiership?
Well, that's right. This is my order and how they've been and how potent they are going into the final. So let's kick it off with number 10, one of my great, what would you call them? They came home stronger than anyone.
Yeah, the Bulldogs, and they've flashed home all right. Raiders did a similar thing as well. They couldn't get past the Warriors. You've got them at number 9. The Dragons, so you deserve to be there according to Freddy. You've got them ranked at number 8. But number 7, a bit of an unknown. Where does this team go, Freddie? The Penrith Panthers.
Yeah, they've got the Warriors next week, but I thought they did a great job against Melbourne. They had very little ball. Huge penalty count against them. I've got to say a lot of them deservedly. They had 2 players sent off. But at a skill level like this, kick out on the Wanga Blake. They were just absolutely brilliant. Josh Mansour scores that try. Wanga Blake scores another couple off a few kicks, one from Nathan Cleary. And this is the play of the game, though. Christian Crichton not only saves the day, that was going to Josh Addo-Carr, and at 18-10, they would have made it 18-16, I'd say. He somehow comes up with the catch as well as the intercept. That was absolutely brilliant.
What's intriguing here is that they play the Warriors. Now, you've got the Warriors in front of the Panthers, but with the power rankings, Freddie, we're not factoring in home ground advantages.
Exactly. Well, they play at ANZ Stadium. So the Panthers look like if all goes swimmingly for them, there's a chance that they might play all Sydney games. So let's just wait and see. But the Warriors, they've had a good year. They've been solid.
Number 5, and is this a clue? If there is a team to break the mould in the NRL era of winning from outside the 4, you've got the Broncos at number 5. Are they the anointed one to do that, perhaps?
Well, they're so potent when they're on, and they've shown it against all different teams too. They've fallen against some easier teams, and they've also beaten some of the stronger teams. So they've beaten the Roosters, they've beaten the Rabbits. That's all recently as well. They've also got the coach, obviously, who has a really good sort of finals record, obviously pretty good grand final record. And they play at home this week, which is going to be a really big bonus for them. I like them. They're fast, they're young, they're strong, they're powerful. Their forward pack's a beauty.
Blokes like him too, Offahangawa, Nicarima, they played in the grand final, almost won a premiership. People forget that as well. Number 4, the Melbourne Storm. Number 3, the Sharkies have slid despite their win. Number 2, you've got the Rabbitohs, which means number 1 for the final time. Freddie's power rankings.
No surprise. There you go, the Roosters. Roosters and Rabbits, both good winners in the last round. I think the Rabbits jumped South Sydney because just their left side got clicking again. Jennings is back, Inglis is back, Johnson was back, and although Cody Walker and Adam Reynolds played their best, but across the board, the Roosters, Parramatta lasted about 10 minutes. Tube scored a couple, Latrell scored 3. Have a look at the determination there. He can't do anything but hurt himself when he runs with that much commitment. I think his goal kicking is going to make sure he come under question during the finals, which at times has been brilliant this year. Pretty good striker of the ball, but every now and then maybe drops a little bit of concentration. I like the combination of Orbison, Cordner and Liu in the back row. That brings young Victor Radley off the bench. I just think at the moment, and then of course Cooper Cronk.
There you go. The final Freddie's power rankings for the teams. Number 1, the Roosters. Let's see how it plays out. Alrighty, moving on now to the player power rankings. And by gee, Coach Freddie, you've got the broom out. There's a fair reshake to this one here. Yeah. Number 10, Gavin Cooper.
It's a high standard here, Joel.
9 tries in a row, the first forward in history to do that, scoring a try in each of those weeks. Nene McDonald, the winger, back for the Dragons. He finds himself in number 9. And this bloke here in number 8, the Panther, hasn't he been brilliant over the last couple of months since returning from injury? Wanga Blake.
Yeah, he's one of my favourites, Wanga. He's just one of those blokes, once he gets it through the line, it always ends up in a try. It was interesting, I asked Cameron Serrato after the game, I said, mate, putting the coach's eyes on, who was your favourite? Who'd you like out there? Who did their job? And he said Wanga Blake. And there's something about him, mate. He's just, he's an absolute athlete. He has a great relationship with Nathan Cleary. At the start of the season, he started on the right-hand side where I remember him just scoring so many of those late tries where they come from 14-0 down and win a couple of games, and he was always involved. So, and he's still doing it now on the left-hand side. So I enjoy watching him play.
He came over with the Perth side to play a young Panthers side. Penrith won like 60 points to 12. There were 3 tries scored by the Perth team, all Wanga Blake, hence why they signed him, the Penrith Panthers. Speaking about tries, David Fisatua, the top try scorer for this season, 22. He comes in at number 7. And this fellow here, now whoever signed Damien Cook and this fellow Cody Walker at such a late age, wonderful signings.
Yeah, he was brilliant the other day. He's a real key to him because obviously being the 5'8", he's the link between the forwards and backs. They get such great go forward. When they're controlling the ball, they're such big fellas. When he runs the ball, he's so dangerous. And then he's got that beautiful link on the left-hand side when he links up with Greg Inglis and Johnson. And they're so potent on that side of the field. This is right here, there's Sutton. That's his go-to if he wants to put him flat on the line. And then if you go out the back, you've got Johnson, Inglis and Jennings. So I think he's their key in the big games without a doubt. But it was fantastic the other day against West Tigers.
It is a hard team or hard one to mark because James Tedesco is number 5, almost 30 tackle busts the last 3 weeks. He's been unstoppable. Likewise, Sean Johnson, who comes in at number 4. Number 3, who scored 3 last week, Big Latrell Mitchell. And number 2, this fellow who's making a very poor argument about moving into a back rower, who scored 4 tries last week.
The big horse, Corey Oates. He does it so well. I just like the style. The try when I think this one where he just ran 95 metres. It would have been awesome being a fan. Have a look at the crowd going.
Yeah.
Just the big stride, the halfback coming across, barely shows him any respect at all. Just gives him a little look over the shoulder and that was it. But he does it with a smile. He's just a really good personality. I enjoy watching him play.
This is a cracker, isn't it?
Yeah, Milford. Got such brilliance in Milford.
That was the try where you thought, yep, they're getting a home final now. You knew it, didn't you?
Yeah, I always thought they were going to get the home final. There's something about their play that Manly just weren't going to be able to hold. And it's the ability to move the ball so well then to have sort of that speed on the end of it and power. So he's just a beauty, Corey Oates. Love watching him play. Good luck next week.
Number 1, there was talk whether this bloke would make Origin 1. Well, he certainly did, and since then he's gone into a telephone box. He came out with a cape and hasn't taken it off ever since. Valentine Holmes is your number 1 player in the power rankings.
He's been number 1 for 3 weeks, I think. He's been unstoppable.
Sneaky
Valentine
chance
Holmes.
for the Dally M. Racing home, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. He's been one of their best, and they've had what have they won? Their last sort of.
Oh, they've won probably 4 of their last 5, I'd say.
Yeah. He's a beauty. Who's your tip?
Ooh, for the Dally M?
Yeah.
I think that he will race home and share it with someone, maybe Roger Tuivasa-Sheck.
Right.
I don't think Pongo, I think those last 2 games might hurt him. Who do you think?
I haven't really taken that much notice. I used to vote, so I kept a close eye on it. But I've got to say he's got to be close. Val Holmes. And Ponga was such highly talked about. Cameron Smith's got to be close as well.
Cook will be there as well.
Yeah. Cook had a couple of games quiet after Origin, but he came home strong.
If he's within about 4 or 5, Valentine Holmes with a couple of rounds to go, a few rounds to go, he's got to be a big chance. He finished on fire. But there you go, Valentine. If you don't win anything else for the rest of the year, you have been the number 1 player, or retired as far as Freddy's concerned, with the player power rankings this year. Number 1, Valentine Holmes.